Okay, so today is August the 20th, supposedly. Okay, it is Tuesday. We are having a 100-point test tomorrow, and so what we're doing is we're doing this review in class, but we are actually kind of doing it backwards because I feel like the kids need to review the vocab first. So, I have just challenged the kids to start out by doing this part of the back using these as their word bank. Now, guys, a few of you got confused with dividend, divisor, quotient, that kind of thing. I'm going to show you a silly trick that I do. It's not cheating because I'm getting it out of my brain, okay? I want you to think about this. If I were to draw this symbol, the division symbol, like a little house. Do y'all see where I drew that up here? Okay. What would be up top? What would the answer be? The quotient. Okay, so we know that one. Okay. Which one is in the house? Dividend, right? Because it's in the house. Now, I'm not exactly saying it right because it's dividend, but we know it's in the house, right? Which one is outside the house? Divisor, because it is at the door, okay? Now, just by me writing that, it might help me get the definitions. So let's kind of look, one second. Okay, so number one, the number by which a dividend is divided by. What is the dividend being divided by? The divisor. So number one is divisor. And if you need to draw that tomorrow, I don't care. Draw it. Okay, good so far? Number two, a number that is being divided up by another number. Which one are we splitting up into smaller chunks? The dividend. Remember, our big one's in here, and we're going to break it apart. So our dividend is the one being broken up. Uh-huh. I know, it happens. So listen, that's why we're doing this today. Fix them.
So I saw you doing that, but I got the little thing on top, so I got it wrong and erased it.
Oh, it's okay. Just fix it back. This is kind of like your study sheet. Okay, number three. This is the one that gets me. A number that evenly divides a larger number. Factor. Now, this is the one that kind of tricks me. I want to kind of show you something. If you have something like 2 times 3 equals 6, 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor. But when it comes to division, if we had 6 divided by 3 equals 2, the 3 is a factor because it's evenly dividing it up. Not a big deal, but that is the one that's, to me, the odd one. Okay. Here we go. Number 4, the number that results, what's the answer when dividing? Quotient. You even got it right here. So, quotient. Okay. We got result when adding. Sum. When subtracting. Difference. And multiplying. Product. Okay, now listen, tomorrow, you will have a word bank and you will match them up. Okay, I know I had to kind of put it down here, but tomorrow you match them up. You want to study those tonight. Listen, I'm sending out the Remind with the Quizlet link on it, and it's got all those, it's got the vocab definitions. So you can use Quizlet also. Okay, let's go up to the word problems. Okay. Now, I want to start with the word problems because tomorrow there are 2 word problems, and they're a lot like this. Okay, So let's just kind of take this slow. Here we go. Number 10 says, it says, Miss Rose needs to order new math books for Thompson 6th grade center. There are 183 students on each team. The 3 teams are the Braves, Dreamcatchers, and Wigwams. How many textbooks will she need to order? So what should I do? Multiply. Now, the one thing I saw that happened on the last test or quiz, be careful that when you're writing this number, that you write the right number. I've had kids write 180 or just 83 and they forgot the 100. Okay, be careful. 183 times what? 3, right. Same thing down here, just, there's the number. Okay, 9. Okay. 549 what? Textbooks, books, math books, something. Give me at least a word. Okay. Tomorrow, each question's probably worth 6, 7, or 8 points. That's a lot. So like leaving words off tomorrow might be 2 or 3 points. Okay. Everybody see why I got that one the way I did? Everybody good? Okay, so let's go to number 9. I don't want anyone to say it out loud. Just give everybody a chance, because I know some of you haven't gotten to it. Jose eats lunch with 8 of his friends. He brings a bag of candy that contains 184 pieces to share. How many pieces does each person get, including Jose? So we know they're splitting up 184. What kind of math? Division. But what are they splitting it up by? Jose and his 8 friends. Including Jose. 9. Listen, we got to read all the words. Including Jose means 9. So, okay, listen, we don't stop right there. You have nothing above that 4. What goes above the 4? A 0, right. Listen, totally different, 20 and 2. Okay, so you could say that each friend gets 20 pieces of candy. You could say each friend gets 20 and 4/9 pieces of candy. Okay. Either way, I would take it. Either one is fine. One just has the remainder. You could say that they get 20 pieces of candy and there's 4 left over. Does that make sense? Uh-huh.
Or you could say that each person gets 20 pieces and there's 4 left over to give to the teachers.
There you go. 4 left over. That's right. That is right. Does everybody get on that one? Just read it tomorrow. Read it like 3 times before you make a decision on what to do. Okay? Yes?
On that one, I got something different. I got 23. I decided if I could take
Okay, but wait a minute. Did you divide by 8 or 9? Okay, but you got to divide by 9 because they wanted his friends and including Jose. So his 8 friends and him changes that to a 9. Okay. Okay, on the front, what I'm doing is I'm just going to start working these. I'm trying to get this kind of video created, but we'll kind of see how far I make it. Some are faster, shorter, and sweeter than others, so here we go. Let's see, this is what? Fifth period. So y'all are kind of the lucky ones today. Let's see how far I make it. Okay, so number 1. 9,005 minus 2,312. Okay. What I have noticed is wild borrowing. So be careful. 6,693. Since I'm working them out like in my head here, tell me if I'm wrong, okay? I've done them 5 times today, but you would just making sure. Okay. Here we go. Number 2. I'm going to put the 3,456 on top. I honestly like to put the smaller one on bottom because it's addition. Everybody good there? Okay, so what I'm going to do is give you a few minutes. Do like 3, 4, 5, and 6. See if you can kind of get ahead of me. 3 and 5. These are multiply. I know they got a dot, but they're multiply. Okay, so I'm just going to pause this for just a second. In just a minute. We'll check it. Just keep it out. Just keep it out. I'm just going to pause it for like 3 minutes. Let them try to get ahead. Here we go. We're going to do a few more. I've had some kids absent and things, so that is why I'm kind of making sure I do this whole study guide. Tomorrow's test, it won't be the same exact questions, but it'll be close. So that's all that 9. 5, 7. So I got 1,425. Okay. Okay. This one, we were just kind of talking about it. When I see something that's like a 53, I'm going to start out with one number. Can 53 go into 2? No. I still put X's. If y'all want to put zeros, that's fine. 24. No. So I am only thinking about that. Just the number 243. Listen, if you got to lay a pencil on top of that, do it. Whatever it takes for you to just kind of just hone in on what that, only that chunk. Okay? Mm-hmm.
On that one, I rounded to 50.
Yes.
And then after I got where I wanted to, I then multiplied 3 and added that on.
Yeah. Like I said 50. I took 53, kind of thought of 50. 2 50s make 100. So how many make 200? How many 50s make 200? I see fingers. 4. I'll take that. Okay. So all it is I don't put like, I will jot it over here. I will do 53 times 4. And it's kind of like I'm guessing. I mean, it's kind of more than guessing because I'm trying to guess correctly. But once I've got that, just leave it there. You might use it again later. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. I got a 4. 4 times 53 is 212. I got 31 left over. 31 works because it is smaller than 53. Okay, that means I can move that over and look and see what I got. I got an 8. Bring it down. Making 318. Well, look over here. If 4 was that, how many make 300? How many 50s make 300? 6. You got it. So I'm going to try 6. So 6 times it was 318. That must be the right one. What I have noticed is this. Some of you going crazy and doing this. And leaving it. You forgot to go up here. Make sure you fill that number in. Okay, so it is just 46. No fraction, just 46. Because it goes evenly. That'll help. Good. Question? Okay. The next one, which one? But what number? 4? I know a lot of you are wanting to do stacking of 53s. Like, you're sitting there doing this, because I've seen it on, like, multiple papers. But what's happening is, when y'all are adding them up, maybe you even get this, and you're good to go. Then you add 53 more. But what's happening is, it's kind of like you start getting off track. So be careful if you're doing this method of adding. That's kind of why I do this. Okay, ready for the next one? Let's see. We've got number 5. Oh, let me show you one trick, because some of you might actually use it. Back here on number 3, we've been talking a lot this week about checking your work, and that the opposite of like subtraction is addition, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, on multiplication, the opposite is division. And most of us are like, I don't want to check it that way. Okay, but here's the thing. If you have one like this, with the same amount on top and bottom, and you want a good grade tomorrow, listen, flip them over. Watch. I'm going to take that problem, I'm just going to put the 19 on top, 75 on bottom, and I'm going to work it out. I'm not even going to look at that side. Because we know 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 2 is 6. So if we flip them, we should get the same answer, right? I just checked my work. I used multiplication again, but I promise, like, look at the math. It looks different. Okay, so that's one way to check it. What made me think of it is this one. I'm not real good at flipping it the other way. On this one down here, number 5, I would put the 837 on top. If I try to flip it, I get the wrong answer. So, okay, we got 28. We'll put a placeholder. Okay, so check that one. 28,458. Number 6. Make sure you copy it right. $528. Okay. We know we could check it by adding 233 plus 528. And we better get what's on top, right? Okay. Throwing that out there for tomorrow. When these things are worth 8 points each, you want to check them. Okay? Yes? Okay, did you just forget the 2 on the front then? Because it's 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Right here, 2 and 5. Okay. So all this is right, but listen, look at this last step. 3 times 8 is 24. Plus 1 is 25. I think you just forgot to write the 2 in front. There you go. You got it. Okay, so the last two, 7 and 8. Okay, 7. Here we go. 16 going into 140. Now, this is one of those that some of us need to slow down on. Okay? Can 16 go into just 1? No. 14? No. So we're going to start a guessing game. 16 times what is near 140 without going over it? 6? Okay, so I'm just going to start jotting it down. 16 times 6. I got 96. I got to get to 140. Do you think I can get closer? 8. I got 128.
Maybe 1.
Okay, so if you're not sure, try 9. So I got 144. Which one should I use? 8. Okay, so I'm going to look over here. My 8 gave me 128. Got to borrow. That's a 3. That's a 1. Okay. Was there anything else to bring down? No. Okay, so my answer is 8 and 12/16. And if you're just dying to simplify it, it would be 8. 4 would go into that 3. Whoops. And 4 would go into that 4. So, either answer right there. 8 and 12/16 or 8 and 3/4. Okay, yes.
Is there a point that we're going to have, to be simple?
Oh, yes. You will be having to simplify as soon as we get into fractions. Some of the other some of the classes are already taking points off if it's not simplified right. So, okay. Last one, number 8. I got 8 into 717. Okay, can 8 go into 7? No. 71. How many times? What's 8 times 8?
64.
64. Okay. Just making sure. Bring down the 7. 8 times 9 is 72. So 89 and 5/8. I gotta see the fractions written tomorrow. A few of you tried to skip that on me on the last quiz. I will have to take off points. Listen, you now have a study guide. Tomorrow, I'm going to collect it for a grade. So I am hoping you can keep up with it and bring it back tomorrow. You should make 100 on it if you just paid attention. Okay? Study the vocab. Maybe brush up on multiplication tables. Thank you.